So our first presenter for today, representing the app Docusign Inc., please welcome Megan Liu from Docusign.
Hello. Hope my walk up here doesn't go into my 5 minutes, but thank you for joining me. I'm the manager of mobile marketing at Docusign, and wanted to briefly go over just an introduction to who we are, what the challenges were, what our solution is, and some of our success. So I think it was a great lead-in in the previous presentation, true mobility, from being able to do anything, anywhere, at any time. That's really Docusign's focus as well. We're a SaaS platform that enables anyone to sign documents, send documents out for signature, and store those documents in a centralized location. The Docusign app allows you to sign anything, anywhere, at any time, on any device. We have over 40 million DocuSigners who have signed more than 290 million documents. These documents have been signed in over 188 countries. And the capability of being able to do this at any time, we've seen that 51% of our documents are signed in less than an hour. You can not only do this from our mobile applications, but also through our web app, so from a computer or laptop. So what are some of the challenges in the market of being able, or a paper signature? We see this as there's a lot of time and money that goes into getting the document signed. Everything from paper cost to ink cost to faxing to overnight shipping. The time, the staff required in order to do that. Some people have to drive places, actual travel costs, and just man hours. So once you've got a signed document back, how do you then scan that and digitalize that and file it? There's a lot that goes into that. And just the length of time. I don't know who in this room has been at the end of a quarter and needed the contract signed, and you've heard those words of, it's signed, but I'm not near a scanner to get it back to you, and you're down to the wire. So there's those cases in a lot of different industries. One, the Docusign, a big industry for Docusign is real estate, and anyone that's tried to buy a house here in the Bay Area, that could be, a 5-minute, you're down to the wire and need to sign the document in 5 minutes, your wife needs to sign it, your husband needs to sign it, you're in different locations, how do you make that happen? Just the security in general, a lot of people have questions about e-signature security, and with that, the thing that I always throw back is when you print something out, you mail it across the country for someone to sign it, you don't know where it went, you don't know who picked up that package, they sign it, they send it back, there's no trace of what happened, there's no audit trail, so that can be cumbersome in a court of law. And then just proximity, where people are. We're an international business operations now. Some people could be across in a whole other country that you're trying to do business with. And then from our end, what was the challenges of building an application like this? And so really it was, number one, the different platforms out there, as well as the broad user base. So we're going to need to appeal to everyone from an individual consumer all the way up to the CTO of HP. So the solution that we came up with was a cross-platform solution. Although we know that the workforce is mobile and consumers are mobile, we are in front of a computer sometimes as well. So the ability to log in from the different platforms and have access to all of your documentation, all of your signature requests that are pending, that was very important. Also a native app experience, going back to that usability. I just got the 1-minute mark, which throws you off a little bit. We wanted to make sure that it was a good user experience if you were an iOS user, an Android user, or a Windows user. Easy to get started. It needed to be something that you could download, and as a consumer, or my 80-year-old grandmother, she could figure out how to set up a username and password, create her signature, upload the document, sign it, and send it back to who she was sending it to. We also didn't want people to have to, move all of their documents to Docusign. That's a big hassle. So being out of the box integrated with solutions like Evernote, Dropbox, Box, and Salesforce, and then taking it to the next level of making it a true productivity and utility app. So putting in features that alerted you when someone had signed a document, viewed a document, had returned the document. And then also the in-person remote signing. So with all those solutions, here are our results. We've had more than 1.7 million downloads across the different app stores. We've had adoption in over 35 countries. We've been recognized for top awards from Apple and the Edison's Award, TechCrunch, featured in Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, Mashable. And the most important thing, I think, is what our customers say. So everything from the CTO of Sugar CRM down to the individual consumer and real estate professional about how the app's changed their life has been amazing. So there you go. Oh, awesome. Yeah.
So judges, did you have any questions for me?
One question was just, we wanted to know a little bit about the user interface design for the application for a judging criteria, and I was wondering if you had
More
any slides that would demonstrate that for us?
We were limited to the 5 slides. I don't. But you can definitely download the application. I could also follow up if you can with some slides or show you before you guys judge. But we didn't have examples across the platform.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but it is specific. We designed, iOS 7. We've rolled out the new user interface. Android is Android specific, and Windows as well. So
They're all native.
they're all native.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you maybe describe the process of how a person receives this? Do they receive it by email, and then walk me through?
Yes, absolutely. So there's a couple of ways that people interact with Docusign. Some people actually discover Docusign within the app stores, and those are typically individual users or consumers who download the application, have something to sign, they open it, have an attachment in email or something, they open it, they sign and return. The other way is the uniqueness of our customers send out documents through Docusign, and that in turn is a viral effect that you now may receive an email from let's say your real estate agent needing you to sign documents. You click on that, you can either sign within the application or you can sign online or through mobile web as well. So whatever that seamless experience is for the end user, we want to make sure that it's easy.
Are you looking at this as, so I know this is mostly B2B, or B2C, you're looking at C2C as well?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely spans across B2B, B2C, and C2C. And I can give you an example. Let's say, I think it's a good example of personal meets professional, right? So I may be the CTO of Sugar CRM, and I may use Docusign to send out to our vendors something to sign. That is a B2B example. I may also have to sign my daughter's school permission slip, and that would be, I think, kind of more of a C2C example. And a real estate agent would be more of a B2C example, so they send out the documents.
What have you built in to verify your signatures? Any of us who sign on Safeways signature pads can make sure that they're not legible to myself. So what do you do to verify that with your systems?
Absolutely. So we comply with all of the e-signature laws, and we have high security around that. Back to kind of what I was talking about of printing it out and having someone sign it and then getting it back. that really has no audit trail, right? So when someone signs a document on Docusign, we have a timestamp, we have an IP address, we know when that document was opened, when it was closed, when it was returned. So there's an audit trail of what's happening. We do take identity very seriously as well, so we have different identity levels of checks. So for a consumer who's purchased or signing their daughter's permission slip, maybe doesn't need that as high a level of security, but someone who, American Express, who's sending it out to a client may, and we actually have SMS authentication, email authentication, phone call authentication, so you can set all those different parameters up. Any other questions? Thank you. Thank you.